There is a historical precedent for trading away one of the NFL's very best young players. Emphasis on historical because it happened such a long time ago. The irony of that precedent being set by the team that might be ready to do it again in the Dallas Cowboys shouldn't be lost on anyone. After edge rusher Micah Parsons requested a trade, the Cowboys might consider they've done this before as a franchise when considering what they might get back in exchange for arguably the NFL's singularly dominant defensive player in his prime. What they might get back is the future of their franchise. Bleacher Report's Christopher Knox proposed a trade that sends Parsons to the Arizona Cardinals in exchange for Arizona's 2026 and 2027 first-round picks, 2026 second-round pick, 2026 third-round pick, and 2021 first-round pick Zaven Collins. Knox isn't far off from what should make a deal work. Just add Arizona's 2028 first-round pick. It would be a deal equivalent to perhaps the most famous trade in NFL history, and the largest trade in NFL history, when the Cowboys sent running back Herschel Walker to the Minnesota Vikings in October 1989. It was a trade that eventually encompassed 18 players and 3 teams when the San Diego Chargers were added to the mix. It also brought the Cowboys a trio of players who would be foundational to winning 3 Super Bowls in the 1990s with running back and eventual NFL career, leading rusher Emmitt Smith, defensive back Darren Woodson, and defensive tackle Russell Maryland. There are few reasons why Arizona would be wise to make a run at Parsons. For one, Walter Nolan is dealing with a calf injury and may not be ready for Week 1. Knox wrote on August 5th. Secondly, head coach Jonathan Gannon is entering his 3rd season with a 12-22 record and really needs to start racking up some wins. Now, Parsons is likely to demand a contract extension worth more than the $41 million per year deal TJ Watt recently signed, with $37.9 million in cap space available, though the Cardinals could probably make it work. If the Cowboys can't get a Herschel Walker haul back for Parsons, they shouldn't consider the deal. That starts with getting the 3 first-round picks from the Cardinals or whatever team is game. Walker trade devastated Vikings for years. Maybe one of the keys to pulling off the Parsons trade is making sure whatever general manager on the other side isn't much of a history buff. That's because the trade set the Vikings back for years. The trade was completed after Week 5 of the regular season, with the Cowboys off to a 0-5 start on the way to a 1-15 finish under first-year head coach Jimmy Johnson. The Vikings, who were 3-2 at the time, thought Walker was the final piece on a Super Bowl team. Instead, they went 10-6 and missed the playoffs. Minnesota went 6-10 in 1990 and 8-8 in 1991 before Walker left for the Philadelphia Eagles in free agency before the 1992 season. Once Walker left town, the Vikings' luck started to change, and they made the playoffs 8 of the next 9 seasons. For the Cowboys, good news has not exactly been dripping off this 2025 NFL training camp. Key injuries have cropped up at positions where the team is lacking depth. Offensive line, defensive backfield, and internal belligerence has led to a handful of fights and got so bad that coach Brian Schottenheimer stopped practice last week and made his team run laps like it was a Pop Warner outfit. And there's the Micah Parsons disaster, which has shone a light onto just how big a problem out-of-touch owner Jerry Jones really is. But if you want good news, there is some of that. And perhaps no story has been better thus far in Cowboys camp than that of former first-round pick Kaiir Elam, who fell so far out of favor in Buffalo last year that the Bills dumped him to Dallas with a 6th-round pick for a 5th and 7th-rounder. Kaiir Elam, completely different. Elam has widely been recognized as the team's top positive story from those who have been watching throughout camp in Oxnard, California. Cowboys beat reporter Joseph Hoyt wrote of Elam, picking him as the team's top standout in camp. So far in Dallas, it's been completely different for Elam. He's had opportunities. He's made the most of them. He's been confident, sparked by consistent play since he arrived. He's been the one immovable object in the Cowboys' rotating secondary this offseason. He was fantastic in minicamp and OTAs, and he carried that over to camp, where he's had a team-high 3 interceptions in team drills. Elam looks like a surefire starter for the Cowboys. Cowboys need depth. That enthusiasm was matched at the Cowboys site inside the Star. Kaiir Elam has been balling out in camp, and people are noticing every single day. The 24-year-old seems to have made a major turn in his development and confidence. His seemingly daily training camp interceptions have made fans think the grass was greener outside of Buffalo for Elam. And there was this from USA Today's Cowboys Wire. Elam's performance has been both flashy and consistent. It's not a matter of winning gambles, cashing in on bad passes, or just being lucky. He's actually playing great. A change of scenery might be all this 24-year-old CB needed to regain his confidence and find his stride. Lord knows the Cowboys need it. Cowboys dealing with injuries to defensive backs. That last bit is a big piece to the puzzle. The Cowboys' secondary was not deep to begin with, but has been pummeled with injuries. There's no telling when Trayvon Diggs will be back from a second knee surgery, and rookie Shevon Revel remains uncertain. 2. The team lost Kalen Carson, too, for at least a month with a knee injury. Carson was expected to fill in for Diggs to open the season. The Cowboys could be down to their third-string option on one side of the field, but they're counting on Elam on the other side. A potential trade sending Micah Parsons from the Dallas Cowboys to the New England Patriots has stirred speculation across the NFL. The All-Pro edge rusher recently requested a trade, and analysts have floated the Patriots as a landing spot capable of offering both draft capital and financial flexibility. Parsons, a generational defensive talent, has been a dominant force since entering the league in 2021. With at least 12 sacks in every season and 4 Pro Bowl nods, he's widely regarded as one of the league's premier pass rushers. For the Patriots, acquiring Parsons would immediately bolster their defense, which struggled with consistency in pressuring quarterbacks last season. New England's trade assets and cap space make this deal plausible. Armed with $60 million in available cap space, the Patriots could afford to extend Parsons, likely requiring a record-setting deal for a non-quarterback. Additionally, a trade proposal could include multiple first-round picks and other draft selections, mirroring historic trades like Khalil Mack's move to the Bears in 2018. For Dallas, trading Parsons would be a significant decision, as the franchise has expressed hesitance to move its defensive cornerstone. However, if contract negotiations stall further, the Cowboys might consider a blockbuster trade to secure long-term assets. New England's rebuilding efforts and willingness to invest in elite talent could align with Dallas' demands. NFL analysis projects New England Patriots trade package for Dallas Cowboys Micah Parsons. If things go south in Dallas, Parsons may find himself playing for the Patriots ahead of the new season. This is detailed more in an analysis by Christopher Knox for Bleacher Report. Patriots get edge Micah Parsons. Cowboys get 2026 first-round pick, 2026 second-round pick, 2027 first-round pick, 2027 third-round pick. New England has its quarterback in Drake May. Adding Parsons would give the Patriots a true centerpiece on the other side of the ball, while significantly boosting a pass rush that generated a mere 28 sacks in 2024. Partnering Parsons with off-season additions Milton Williams, Harold Landry III, and Carlton Davis would allow the Patriots to take a massive step forward defensively. The cost in draft capital would be high, but with the most important piece of the puzzle in place, a quarterback, New England could afford to take a massive swing. The addition of Parsons would transform New England's defense, pairing him with off-season acquisitions like Milton Williams and Harold Landry III. Combined, these moves could elevate the Patriots into playoff contention and reinvigorate Bill Belichick's defensive schemes. While the trade remains speculative, the potential deal could redefine both franchises. For the Patriots, Parsons represents a cornerstone for the future, while Dallas would gain draft capital to reshape its roster. Whether this trade materializes remains to be seen, but its implications would be monumental.